to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Central Europe here in Hungary. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. In this class, everyone, we are looking at Task 2 writing, and we're going to write a Band 9 essay with our members. Maksud, I see you're already in the class. That's fantastic. While we wait for a few more members, this lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Please visit us there. For the general IELTS, visit us at IELTShelp.com, where we have lots and lots of materials to help you improve for your next IELTS exam and get the scores you need for your studies or immigration. Our websites look like this. This is the academic web portal here with the blue background. You can click that big red button to join the premium package or try it for free by clicking the green button. And for the general IELTS, it's the green background here with the same layout. Click that big red button to join the premium package there, or the green button again there to try it for free and get hundreds of hours of HD video lessons, interactive courses, as well as full practice exams. Hi Rajveer, Abhishek, Bekjan, Jainil, Pavan, Hassan, Sami, and Ferdavs. Nice to see many of our members coming into the class now. Today's Task 2 question was requested by Bekjan a while ago, and he reminded me of it just the other day, so that's what we will look at today. Of course, everyone, we have apps that support our websites, so you can study anywhere, anytime. Academic IELTS Help app, links to aehelp.com, and General IELTS Help app, links to gieltshelp.com, so make sure to download and install and use those every day. If you have questions, send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com, and I will gladly respond to your inquiries. So Task 2 right now, followed by some listening practice for everyone. Let's take a look at the Task 2 writing question for today. Of course, the first step as you get to your Task 2 is always to just read the question extremely carefully, making sure to pay really careful attention to all of the details of the question, the words, the grammar, and visualizing it. And of course, it's a good idea to read it at least twice before you begin any work. Hi, Lubna. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Okay, so here we go. This is IELTS Task 2 writing. You should spend about 20 minutes. Sorry, no, it's Task 2. You should spend 40 minutes on this task. It's worth 2/3 of your marks, so you spend 2/3 of the time of the 1 hour on this task. So it's 1 hour for the writing section, 20 minutes is Task 1, 40 minutes is Task 2. Always start with Task 1 and then Task 2. So spend 40 minutes on it. Here we go. The question is, these days, more and more people are giving money as a gift on special occasions. Why is this? And do you think this is a positive or negative development? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Okay, so one more time. These days, more and more people are giving money as a gift on special occasions. Why is this? Do you think this is a positive or negative development? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Write at least 250 words. Okay. All right. And so it's kind of a multi-tiered question. You have to explain the reasons, and then you have to explain whether you think it's a positive or negative development. So you have to pay attention that you're answering multiple questions here that are not necessarily related. So the causes of why people are giving money and whether or not that's a positive or negative are not strongly connected necessarily. Hopefully you're realizing that right away. Of course, to make sure that you can think about this a little bit more deeply, first of all, start to visualize it. So visualize giving, getting money for gifts. Okay. Think critically, and of course, paraphrase the question in your own words. So let's do that now, members. So take this question and paraphrase it, okay? I'm going to do the same, and then we will compare it, okay? Janelle says, sir, I cannot write a complete essay in 40 minutes. Can you give me some tips for this? Janelle, the only tip that I can give you for that is more practice, okay? So in order to write essays faster, read lots, and practice writing lots. It's the only thing you really can do, okay, to improve your writing. It comes from practice, okay? Speed in writing primarily comes from practice, Janelle. So practice planning, practice writing, okay? And to write faster, Janelle, you have to come up with good ideas quickly, because if you can come up with a good idea quickly, then you will be able to save a lot of time in your planning and write faster, because good ideas are easier to write about, okay? Maksud says, nowadays, many individuals prefer giving money on extraordinary occasions. Does this, is this good or bad advancement? Elaborate and give examples from personal experience. Okay, Maksud, good ideas, some nice words. Couple of grammatical mistakes, I corrected those. David says, nowadays, it has become common that individuals offer monetary presents instead of gifts for special events. Why is this happening? Do you consider this a good or bad phenomenon? David, that's some really nice paraphrasing, okay? It's very nice, it's formal, it's intellectual, it's academic, it's nice work, all right? Well done, David. Nowadays, plenty of individuals provide cash as presents on special festivals. Is this a merit or demerit? Yeah, I think merit demerit's a little bit off, Pavan, but I really like your use of the word cash here. That's kind of what I was thinking as well, right? People giving cash for special occasions. Beckjan says, nowadays, the proliferation of people congratulating one another with financial reimbursements for different events. What are the cause of this? A little bit awkward, Beckjan. I'm trying to massage it to make sense, but it's a little bit over the top. So don't get too fancy, Beckjan. Okay, so keep it under control. Ferdov says, nowadays it's trendy to give cash as presents on special occasions like weddings, birthdays. Why do people choose to do this? Yeah, Ferdov, so you're thinking already of the kinds of events like weddings and birthdays, which is it's good. It's good that you're visualizing this. Careful not to add details that aren't necessarily in the question, because you can pigeonhole your thinking. It means you can narrow your thinking and miss some key points that might make the writing better and faster. Okay, Rajveer says, nowadays there are an increasing number of individuals who prefer to give money as presents on special events. Why is this happening? Is this a negative or positive trend? Okay, Rajveer, also a couple of corrections there. All right, Sami, Abhishek, good job as well with the paraphrasing. I'm going to get into a little paraphrase here myself. So nowadays, as one word, of course, many individuals are gifting cash. Okay, so a gift can be used in this form as well, gifting cash. Okay, so are gifting cash for special celebrations. What are the reasons for this? And do you believe this to be good or bad? Okay, so again, especially with the paraphrasing, don't spend too much time thinking of the paraphrase. Just keep it fairly simple. Here you just want to move along, make sure you can understand it. Okay, all right. Okay, so what's the topic here? While you tell me the topic, I'm going to take a look at what Lubna and Moni wrote there. So think about the topic and the controlling idea. Think about the complete topic, complete controlling idea, and make sure it's concise. It's concise as possible. Okay. All right, Hassan. Yeah, it's good. Lubna. Yeah, it's good. Lubna, good. 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 Not good. All right, Moni. Yeah, it's good as well. Okay. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay. Moni says offering gifts. Yeah, I think so. We are talking about gift giving, right? Bekjan, good, giving presents, right? That's what we're talking about. So whenever you think about the topic, ask yourself, like that dialogue. Remember, I told you to do that to get clarity. Have a dialogue with yourself as the author and as the reader, okay? Basically as the speaker and as the listener, right? So what are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about gift giving. Well, what are you talking about in regards to gift giving? Well, I'm talking about the popularity of giving cash these days and whether that's good or bad and what's leading to that, right? So that's the controlling idea. Okay, so Janelle says cash as a gift. That's what we're talking about. And Janelle, yeah, I agree with you. That's the specific topic there, but we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves, so we might want to talk about gift giving. And specifically, we can say the types of gifts people give. Okay, so here, oops, it's not the controlling idea. Let me just remove that, put it in the right place. That's where you were supposed to go. All right, so what are we talking about here? In my opinion, we're talking about the types of gifts people give. Okay, so here the question presents you with money as being a common gift, but of course the hidden concept here, of course, is money and other gifts. Okay, so keep your thoughts open and with these task 2 questions, identify what's not there as well. Okay, so the question doesn't say money versus other kinds of gifts because, of course, there are a million different kinds of gifts that we can give to people other than money. But in essence, we're comparing the concept of money to any other gift. Is everybody following me with that? So does everybody agree with me that this question, in essence, is asking the author about money versus other gifts? Right? Okay, so the other gifts, that's kind of the hidden concept, but it should be clear from the question. So it's types of gifts people give. That's the topic. That's really what we're talking about. And the controlling idea, so now that we have this, okay, what's the controlling idea? Okay, so it looks like everybody agrees, or most people agree, which means that we're probably on the right track here, okay? So if we've identified this topic, types of gifts people give, then the controlling idea will be easier. Yeah, so Ferdov says, is it a good or bad trend to give cash as gifts, and why is that? Okay. Okay, so it's kind of 2 controlling ideas here. So here it's controlling ideas that we have to identify. So the reasons for the popularity of cash as a present, and is it good or bad? Okay, so good. Okay, fine. Now let's go through our critical thinking here, right? So I have a clear idea of my topic. I have a clear idea of my controlling ideas. And now I want to think quickly and critically about these. Okay, you have about 3 minutes for this, all right? Now, of course, we take more time to explore this because this is the training concept or the part of this. And Jainil, one of the reasons that I spend 2 classes on these task 2s, and I spend basically an entire class on the planning and introduction, is because that is one of the keys to writing quickly. Now, of course, in real time, the planning and the introduction should not take 20 minutes. Okay, it should take maximum 10-15. Okay, the rest of it should be your body paragraph and conclusions. But for training purposes, it makes sense. Okay, so this is a really important point to master, Jainil, so that you can write quickly. Okay, after that, it just comes down to vocabulary, familiarity with grammar, and putting it together. Okay, so thinking is half the part. We can also call that the communication concept, and then the language, which is the vocabulary, the grammar, the structural reasons, that's the other half. Okay, that's why I do the 2 classes for this. So in 3 minutes, we want to ask some good questions, and look at Bekjan and Rajveer. They have verbatim the same question, aside from Rajveer using the article a. So Bekjan is asking, what is gift? And Rajveer grammatically more accurately is asking, what is a gift? Yeah, and what is a gift? Okay, so what is a gift? Give me an answer for that. And by the way, of course, when you plan these task to responses, you're really developing your thinking as well as your language. So you're building your vocabulary. Byron Blanco, welcome to our group of members. Please join in on the chat, get in on this lesson, and make sure to send me an email so I can hook you up with those exclusive videos. Welcome aboard. Good on you for joining. Okay. So Sammy says a gift is an item given to someone free of cost. Okay, it's not bad, Sammy. I think we might be able to do a little bit better. Lubna says it is a token of love and appreciation given to other individuals. David says it's an object, an event, or idea that people offer to one to celebrate. It's interesting. So different answers coming up, right? For this one, it's quite challenging to define a gift, right? Maksud says an item which makes people happy and has sentimental value. Bekjan says it's different forms of presents given on special occasions. Okay. Ferdov says it's something which has sentimental and monetary value, perhaps. Have any of you gotten a gift from someone that's not on a special occasion? So has your brother, father, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife come up to you and said, here, my sweetie, or here, my good friend, I got you this, not because it's your birthday or anything like that. I just got it for you. Okay. Has anybody had that happen? So this is where visualization comes in, right? So David says, sure. Bekjan says, yes. So it doesn't have to be a special occasion, right? You can get a gift outside of a special occasion. Okay. Why are they giving you that gift? So maybe in this sense, before we think about what a gift is, maybe if we're having trouble with this, we can answer the why do people give gifts. Okay, so let's just leave the what is a gift for now. Okay, and this is again some strategy for critical thinking. If you don't have a clear answer, leave the question, go to the next question. Okay, so Maksud says to make people happy. Sure, yeah, I agree. To show appreciation. Yeah. To motivate individuals, yeah. Okay. To show people love, sure. There's another reason. Okay. To show love and affection. Yeah. Sure. All right. To strengthen relationship. Yeah, and Bekjan, why does that? So let's take these steps further. Okay, when you're developing your thinking and you find a good idea like to strengthen a relationship, you might want to take that one step further and think about how does it strengthen a relationship. So how does a gift strengthen a relationship? Lubna says in order to return a favor, that's possible as well. How does it, so answer this one for me. How does giving a gift strengthen the relationship? So if I give my friend a nice watch, how does that make the relationship between my friend and I stronger? So Rajveer says to show emotional sentiment. Yeah. Yeah, to care, Byron. Very good. Show caring and consideration. Okay. So I think one of the most important reasons we give gifts to each other is to show the person that we're thinking about them. And nothing will remind you more of that than forgetting your wife's birthday or your wedding anniversary or a Valentine's Day. Okay, so if any of you have a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband that you're thinking of and you forget Valentine's Day, then you will very quickly learn that one of the main reasons that we give gifts to each other is to show that we think about that person, that we care about them, and that they're in our thoughts. Okay? All right? All right. So, so what is a gift? Amrita says, yeah, absolutely, okay. So what is a gift? So a gift, in my mind, if I think about these, if I think about caring and consideration, it is an object, idea, or event. And I can't remember if that was for dogs, but you were correct. So gifts aren't simply just objects, right? We can give somebody some kind of an event as a gift as well, going to a concert or going on a cruise or vacation, right? We can give them an idea, like a business idea or a suggestion that we've had that's quite valuable as well. So that can be a gift. So it's an object, idea, or event that is given to a person without expecting compensation in return, right? So that would be my definition of a gift. It's an event, object, or idea that I give to someone without expecting compensation in return. Compensation means money or a favor or some other gift in return. So it's given from altruism, okay? That word, if you're not familiar with it, means that you're giving without expectation. So it's all altruistic, okay? Given without expectation. Okay, so that's the true gift, okay? All right, and then how do people give gifts? Okay, so there are many answers for this question of how do people give gifts. Some that you may think of are on special occasions, presented in unique ways and forms. Okay, so like giving cash, of course. Okay, so there are like a birthday, for example. Okay, a diamond ring for an anniversary hidden in chocolate cake. Okay, say something like that. Okay, so visualize it. Okay. All right, so now we have a clear idea of what is a gift, why we're giving it, and how we present our gifts. So again, very complex topic. So the culture of gift giving, it's a very broad topic. You could write a book about it. Here, you want to get the main ideas, and you want to get these clearly so you can write well about them. Okay, so let's keep going here. Byron, I liked your answer, so keep going. Obviously, you got a good head on your shoulders, so keep joining in, okay? I want to really encourage our new members to not be shy. All right, so the next question that we want to ask, what is it? Okay, this is an important one, so I want you to think about it. Let's go back to the top here with the topics and controlling ideas, paraphrase. So what's the next question that we want to ask ourselves in order to be able to write a good essay here? Okay, this is an important question. So once you have clarity on your topic, so Beckjan says, why do people give cash instead of other presents? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we want to find out the reasons for this. So why do people give cash instead of other presents? Yeah, for Dobbs, very good. Yeah, why is giving cash popular these days? Okay, let's not think about the advantages or disadvantages yet, Lubna. Let's just think about the reasons first. Whenever you have this type of question, Lubna, where firstly it asks you, what are the reasons? Why is this? And then it asks you, is it positive or negative? You should always focus on this first, okay? Really think about this. It's very, very important. And only after should you go to this. One of the most common mistakes students make, which lead to weak essays, and even if they have good writing, they can't get high scores because their essay is weak, is that they decide right away that, oh, cash is positive because of A and B. And then they start writing, okay? Or, oh, cash is negative. Or, oh, I'm going to write about both. Cash is positive because, and cash is negative because. And then they start writing. And they haven't really actually thought it through. That's a bad idea. Okay, you don't want to do that. If you want to get a high score, if you want to write a good essay, if you want to write an essay that in college, university would do well, you would definitely not jump to here, think about your answers without seriously considering this first. Okay? So the IELTS is kind enough, or the professor in a class, to start it in this way so that you can set up for the right structure and write a better essay. So definitely think about the why before you think what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, right? So first think about what's the reason for it. Why do people do that? Why do people give cash? Okay. Okay, so why do people do that? You're right, Hassan, it's two controlling ideas here that are connected, which is kind of tricky, Hassan, you're right. You wrote it a little bit awkward, but you're right, and it's tricky because you only have 250 to 300 words. Okay, so Rajveer says it gives flexibility to the recipient to purchase anything. So Rajveer, simply put, right, is it provides choices for the recipient. Okay, so with cash you have more choices. You can spend it here, spend it there. Okay. Okay, Lubna says people don't know the preferences. Or their needs, right? What do they need? Okay. Ferdov says it's convenient. You can send money from your phone at the push of a button. Okay. And you don't have to think about the likes or dislikes of the receiver. Absolutely. Yeah. So convenient. Okay, Bekjan, yours is the same as provides many choices. So convenient can be gifted. So with convenient, I'm going to space that out a bit and go can be gifted easily and We don't have to think about their likes and dislikes. What do we save for ourselves as the gift giver if we don't have to think about the likes or dislikes? Okay. Sammy says it helps to improve the financial position of the recipient. Okay. So now, think about also what we save as the gift giver. So Rajveer says we save criticism, so we save face. Okay, that's possible too. All right. Yeah, sure. What else do I save? If I don't have to look around for the perfect present, I just tap my phone and go send $50. Okay, Pavan says yeah, we save ourselves from shopping. Okay, so what are we saving? Yeah, very good, Sammy. We save time and energy, right? Always remember, students, time. I see the camera took a snooze there, but it's okay. I'll get us back here in a second. So we save time and energy. Yeah, so I've said this before a few times that you always want to think about those mega concepts that all humans share in common. And that will include concepts like time and energy. Okay. Now, here again, visualize, students. So, how many of you have given money as a gift because you didn't have enough time to do shopping or enough energy, or you didn't really want to spend the time and energy, and you just thought, hey, you know what? I'm just going to keep this one simple and just send them $50. So who has done that in the past where you've just given money because you just didn't have it in you, or you just didn't have the time, or you realized too late that it's somebody's birthday and you just sent them some money? I'm going to raise my hand. I've done it. I'll be honest with you. It'd be a lie if I said I've never done that in my life. Rarely, but I've done it. Okay. So, all right. And it looks like Rajveer and Maksud and Hassan and Jainil have done that as well. I think most of us at some point have done that. Okay. So most of us have saved some time and energy. Okay, good. All right, so we've asked this question. So, and we have some good answers. Remember, 250, 300 words. You don't have to write a book here. So we've got lots of information. What's the next question that we should ask? Okay, let's take a look at the question again. Okay, so the question is, do you think this is a positive or negative development? So right now, obviously, we have to make a choice. So we have to say positive or negative, right? Yeah, Hassan says, so is this good or is this bad? If you have to choose, so don't sit on the fence. Okay, don't sit on the fence. For short essays, 250, 300-word essays, it's not a good idea to sit on the fence and go, well, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You end up with kind of a weak essay. It's not as exciting, even if it's truthful. Okay, so do you think it's good or it's bad? Okay, so you're saying it's positive, Abhishek. Okay. All right, Jainil says it's positive. Everybody loves money, right? Let me ask you a couple questions then. So, all right. So my honest answer here, let me just walk you through my logic, right? Let me walk you through my logic, okay? So my logic here at this point is, I don't know. Okay? So I don't know. I can't decide yet. I've thought about it. I've thought about what a gift is. I thought about why people give money. Obviously, there seems to be some benefits from the gift giver's side, right? But again, keep in mind that we don't want to forget this question and answer, okay? Why do people give gifts? All right, we don't want to forget that one. We don't give gifts because we want life to be convenient and simple. Okay, we give gifts because we want to primarily strengthen our relationships and show that we care and we think about that other person. Would you all agree with me on that? Or would you disagree? You can disagree, so I don't want to manipulate you here and thinking like Adrian, okay? But would you agree that the primary reason you give a gift to your brother, your mother, your boss is because you want them to feel that you care about them and you think about them? That's your number one reason most of the time, right? Okay. So David says, I agree with this, and that's a clever point, okay? All right? Yeah, I think most people would agree with that. Now, let me ask you this question then. So here, remember I said, I don't know if it's good or bad, right? So these are the questions, if I don't know, okay, this is what you do. Ask more questions, okay? So ask more questions. So I realize asking the question, is money as a gift the best way for a person to feel that I am thinking about them? Okay, so answer this question for me. Okay, is money given as a gift to a person the best way to make sure that they feel that I'm thinking about them? Yes or no? What do you think? So if I give money to my wife for Valentine's Day, I kind of laugh as I'm saying this, but if I give some cash to my wife for Valentine's Day, is it the best way for her to feel like, oh, my husband gave me some money for Valentine's Day. He's really thinking about me. Okay. You think she'd be happy about that? Probably not a smart move. I don't recommend it for those young couples out there. I don't recommend doing that. So giving a credit card, Abhishek says, give her a gold card. That might work. All right. All right. So no, not likely. Okay. Then you can also ask, is the most memorable gift I have ever received money? So turn the tables. Okay, turn the tables. Is the most memorable gift that I've gotten money? Somebody giving me cash and saying, hey, Adrian, here's $100 for your birthday. I remember that. That was the most amazing gift anybody has ever got me in my life, was that $100 in an envelope. Okay. No. So when I get to this point here, I start to realize that although money is a clever gift in some ways, we definitely gave some good reasons for why it's good to give money. But again, remember, you're not thinking about the gift from the perspective of the giver, but you're thinking about it as the receiver. I mean, it's altruism, right? So we are not thinking about gift giving as a positive for the giver, but rather the receiver. That's more logical. Or the recipient. Okay? All right, so if I'm following this logic, then I'm going to eventually come up with the idea of that money is not the best form of a gift. Okay? Why? So why is money not the best form of a gift? Okay. It has basically no sentimental value, Maksud. Yeah, of course. It's not memorable. It lacks sentimental value. So money is not, yeah, exactly. It doesn't show that you're really thinking about the person. So money is not the best form of a gift. So it's not a positive trend. Why? It does not show caring and thoughtfulness. It lacks sentimental value. Yeah. So when you give somebody money, they're not going to be like, oh, wow, you really thought about who I am, what I like. And it's money. We all love money, right? Okay, good. So here I can condense my thoughts. Why? Okay. So that's what you should be able to reduce your thoughts to. Now, we took 35 minutes to get to these concepts clearly, okay? But of course, now when you read these, you have a lot of ideas around these, what it actually means to lack sentimental value, what it actually means to be convenient, saving time and energy, okay? So yeah, it took us a long time. Now, in the real essay, again, these thoughts are racing through your head. This is happening very, very quickly. So you come to this point in 3-4 minutes with good, quick thinking, okay? Your brain can produce these thoughts very, very fast. And essentially, you have your entire essay here. So your entire essay is now in front of you. You just have to put it together. And of course, the first step in that is the thesis. So let's do that now. And I bet I'm going to see some really good thesis statements, okay? So write your thesis statement. I'm going to do the same. Keep it concise, and you're going to see that the whole essay, I bet many of you are thinking now that, oh, okay, I can see the whole essay. Who feels, let me ask you this, who feels that they can actually now kind of see the entire essay in their head? The hook, the background, the thesis, body point 1, explained example, body point 2, explained example, conclusion, points restated, take-home message. Can everybody see that? Bekjan, do you now see the essay with these points in your head? Do you see those 300 words? Okay. All right, good. So there you go. You see the essay. Let's do it. Let's put it together anyway. That's great. Let's start with the thesis. And I'm happy that everybody can kind of see that now. So let's start with the thesis. So Jainil, again, your question is really on mark today because Jainil was asking, how do I write an essay quickly in 40 minutes? Well, one of the biggest tricks to do that is to come up with the right key points, the right ideas, because then the essay is in your head. You just have to let it flow out onto the paper, okay? Writer's block is the biggest problem, and writing about the wrong ideas is the biggest problem for any student that's band 6.57 or higher, okay? Yeah, so Maksud says, I feel I can write this essay in 10 minutes. Yeah, when you have the right idea, Maksud, that's what happens. You feel that you can write it quickly. Okay. Sammy says, although many people think of giving items as gifts, I personally feel giving cash is convenient and would give more options for the recipient. All right, Sammy, so you're not really on the same page. You're saying they're giving it because it's convenient, but you're not actually answering the question of is it good or bad? Okay, so you're indirectly saying it gives more options to the recipient, therefore I feel it's a positive trend. Okay. You could do it that way, all right? But it's a difficult argument to make because it's not necessarily the reason that we give gifts. So we don't give gifts to give options to the recipient. You see where it's kind of a weaker concept, right? Ferdov says, giving cash as a present is a positive trend for the giver as it saves time and energy. Meanwhile, it is a negative trend for the receiver as it lacks sentimental value and does not show caring. Okay, for Dobbs, that's good. You could take that approach. So positive trend for the giver, negative trend for the receiver. Now, the reason why that's a little bit awkward for Dobbs is because we don't really care about the giver so much. I mean, giving gifts is about the recipient. It always has been. It should never really be about the giver. Right? And I think that's one of the biggest negatives that's happening is we've often made the gift-giving process now about the person giving the gift, not the receiver. So it's not so special anymore, right? Rajveer says, it is widespread that people prefer to give money as a gift as it saves people's time and energy. I believe it's a bad phenomenon as it lacks sentimental values. Very good, Rajveer. So that has clarity. So Rajveer's thesis has clarity. Okay. David says, this tendency has become common because it's convenient and feasible. However, I strongly consider this is a negative trend that due to it does not really show interest and lacks sentimental value. Yeah, and I can't remember, David, if it was you or if it was for Dobbs that said you can just send money at the push of a button, but you can do that with presents now too. You can order from Amazon a gift for someone to their location. So, I mean, that's kind of a poor excuse these days. So thesis, right. So the primary reason that many people opt to give money as a gift is because it is convenient. However, since cash lacks sentimental value, this is a negative trend as it defies the fundamental concept behind giving presents. Okay? All right, so that's my thesis there for the reader. The primary reason that many people opt to give money as a gift is because it is convenient. However, since cash lacks sentimental value, this is a negative trend as it defies the fundamental concept behind giving presents. What's that fundamental concept? That I'm thinking about that other person and that they're special and I want them to know that, right? Okay. All right. Beckjohn says, although many people think that giving money as a present is a positive trend, I believe that this form of congratulation is bad because it lacks sentimental value and does not show appreciation. Lubna says, in my opinion, choosing cash as a present is because it saves time and energy for the giver. However, this is a negative trend as it lacks sentiments and is subjective. Okay, very good, Lubna. That's a solid thesis, Lubna. Very nice job with that thesis. Ferdov says, these days, many individuals prefer to give cash as it is convenient. However, I believe this is a negative trend as it lacks sentimental value and does not show care. Yeah, so very good, Ferdov. Sentimental value and care. Ferdov, you literally wrote almost exactly what I wrote. Very good. All right. Janil says, although certain individuals believe giving cash as a gift on a special occasion saves time and energy, I think it's bad trend because it lacks sentimental value and caring. Lacks sentimental value and genuine caring. Janil, I would say genuine caring. Sentimental value, genuine caring. Sentimental value and genuine caring are basically the same, so I don't think it's necessary to repeat that concept, okay? But otherwise, you're on the right track, Janil. Okay, students, members, homework. Finish the introductory paragraph, and then tomorrow we will write the body paragraphs and the conclusion for this. So I recommend preparing ahead of time and really just focusing on the correct use of vocabulary, grammar, and putting it together nicely with some nice connective examples. So focus on that, because I'm sure now you have a really clear idea of what the essay should have. So now you can focus more on refining the pieces of the essay and really having the best content possible. Okay, everyone, great job in this class. Thank you again, Beckjan, for presenting this question. Members, if you ever have questions that you want me to cover in class for speaking task 1, task 2, just send them to me by email, okay? So again, my email is adrian@aehelp.com. Great participation. Welcome to our new member. Hopefully I will see all of you in half an hour for some listening part 1 and part 2 practice. You're very welcome, everybody. Keep up the good work. See you soon. I'm Adrian signing out for now from Central Europe. Bye.